Howdy y'all, Rexus here. Such a beautiful day today. It's Friday, April 27th, 2026, and I thought today I would go take a hike up there on the ridge from my house. You can see right up there, see through the trees. It's getting filled out now, so it's harder to see, but that's Chestnut Ridge up there. That's where Laurel Caverns is, right behind that house up on the mountain. I can usually see it, you know, when the trees aren't full. But yeah, I'm going to be hiking up there on the Whitetail Trail today, and I'm going to take it from there down this way. It's going to be a good little trek, about 4 miles, I think. But you can see I got the thingy here. I'm going to show you the map. Okay, let's see. So I am basically down, wait a minute, Laurel Caverns. Yeah, that's where the Laurel Caverns are. I'm down here somewhere, and I'm looking up at the mountains here. Now I'm going to go up to this parking lot right here, and I'm going to walk the trail from here, maybe all the way to Pine Knob Outlook. I don't know if I'll have the energy to do that. It'll be my first, well, my second big hike of this year. I didn't tape the first one. But from here to here is not going to be so bad, because that, according to these contour lines, shows that it's only up and down a couple of 100 feet at the most. But from here down to here, down to the Redstone Creek, my goodness, that's going to be, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about a 600-foot elevation drop. And then it would be back up 1, 2, 3, 4 to 5 more. So I don't know if I'll make it all the way up here, but we're going to definitely go here. Now, normally what I would do in my younger days, I would always just walk up the road and follow the pipeline trail, which comes up over here somewhere. Just go straight down to my road. But yeah, that's the deal. That's what we're going to do. Now, Whitetail Trail goes from here to Quebec Run. This is where I hiked the long run trail loop here. And it goes from here all the way 9.5 to 10 miles all the way over here to the Lick Hollow State Forest picnic area. All right, so that's what the plan is today. Let's get you. We don't want to get you too I'm going to turn the camera off now, and then when I get back up there on the ridge, then I'll turn it back on, and we'll see what we got, and we'll take a hike from there. All right, guys. See you in a minute. Okay, so I'm actually on the road, but I just since I had a big open, clear shot of Chestnut Ridge over here. Now you can see right in front of me that group of pine trees. That's my house there. That's where I'm at now. I usually walk up that right up to the top where those windmills are. Well, a little this to the left of that. It's right up there at that high point. That's 2,700 feet. Up in there is where the new state park is, the Laurel Caverns. Now I'm gonna, just on that other ridge over there, that's probably where the parking lot is. And then I'm gonna follow that all the way down here, all the way. Hopefully I can make it through here to this opening, which I think this is I think that's the opening that Route 40 goes to. It could be the next one over. I'm not sure, but anyway, that's a pretty long hike, so I don't know if I'll make it. I just wanted to show you for a little bit of scale. I've zoomed in the camera a little bit. I can only zoom in while I'm not recording, so but that's the goal. That's as you can see, that's a pretty darn long hike. So you know, from right up there all the way over to here, I don't know, we'll see if I can make it. All right, people, we're up here at the trailhead. This is that parking lot that I showed you on the map. This is, like I said, Chestnut Ridge. This is Skyline Drive here. And if I were to go straight up the mountain like I have many times before along what we call the pipeline trail, which is down here, we're going to pass it, that would have been like, from there to here would have been just about 3 miles. Of course, the long way I had to go all the way around, so it ended up being like 8 to 10 miles, somewhere around there. Over that way is Ohio Pile and Fort Necessity and historic Route 40, the National Pike. And up here is State Game Lands 138 and all part of the Forbes Forest. Now you can see this is a red blaze marked trail, which means a shared use non-motorized trailhead. I do have to say and recommend, I've only been on this trail once before, and not very far this way, which we're going to go and see some of the same sites I saw before, but I never filmed it. But I have to say, you really got to pay attention in some spots to these trailblazes, because there's a lot, because it's hunting lands, it's state game lands, you've got a lot of side trails that go through the woods, so you really got to watch for those red blazes. Now you can see it says there, the Whitetail Trail. Some little kid's shoe there. And this, like I said, I don't think it's hunting season now, but yeah, it's free parking up here, so it's nice. And we got a nice little mix of trees, and it says there's no rock climbing. There are some rock structures up here that are pretty nice, but I don't think we're going to hike to those today. Those are above White Rocks. White Rocks is another place that's really nice. This is really cool because, my goodness, you got all kinds of... I can see all kinds of mountain laurel down there. We got a little butterfly flutter by there. He seems happy that it's spring. Poor little cherry tree's got all kinds of fungus on it. Oh, the ferns are all starting to come up real nice too. Oh, and then we got another swallowtail. We've got bird boxes here on the trees. Then there's always those circular lichen patches on the trees everywhere. As I said, red blaze trail here marked. Yeah, it's going to be really nice when these ferns are everywhere. The other thing that's pretty dominant along this trail, two things, is the mountain laurel. Well, then there's the ferns, but there's also usually lots of wintergreen here. Now, I'm not sure what the growth cycle of wintergreen is, but when I came up here a month ago, well, not even quite a month ago, there was wintergreen, which also is known as tea-berry, and it was just everywhere. And it's funny because I'm seeing a little bits of it here and there. See, like this is wild wintergreen right here. Yeah. You know, the stuff they make chewing gum out of. You know, tea-berry's gum. That's an old Pennsylvania, made right here in Pennsylvania. But yeah, there were a lot of the berries, and I'm seeing a lot of this wintergreen. That's another thing that's real dominant around here. I was hoping I'd find some more berries so that I could chew on them, because they taste just like the gum, like I said. And yeah, those nice little red berries, they have more flavor than I thought they would have. But oh, there's one. There's a little red berry, a couple of them. So here, I'm gonna try to avoid stepping on any. But yeah, whoa, there's one there, one there. Yeah, as you can see, like I said, just little red berries, and they taste just like, you know, like wintergreen gum. So plus it freshens your breath and everything like that. But yeah, you can see we're man, that's good. Yeah, you can see we're getting into all the mountain laurel. Now, unfortunately, it's too early for it to bloom. Mountain laurel typically blooms sometimes late May, but usually pretty consistently in early June. And as you can see, there's last year's clusters on these guys, but they don't even have the startings of the, yeah, they don't even have the starts of the new growth coming out yet. So yeah, we're looking at least another month and a half. But it sure is going to be pretty walking through all this whenever there's all the mountain laurel blooms. All right, I got my backpack on today, as you can see, and well, that's going to make the trip a little harder. Now, that hollow where I stopped on the way up here and showed you the mountain range, you know, the whole ridge, that hollow area that I said I thought was where the outlook was, that was only the halfway point. So, oh my gosh, I'm not so sure I'll be able to make it all the way to Pine Knob Outlook today. I might go as far as, I brought a lunch today, so maybe that'll give me extra energy, but I'll probably go to Redstone Creek at least, which is where that hollow that I filmed was at. Yeah, because that's about, I think, 2 to 2.5 miles from where I just parked the Jeep, and with another 2 miles after that. So and there's that steep drop there right by the you know, like I said, right by the creek and everything. So we'll see how I'm holding up once we get to that area. But for now, it's just going to be just like this. It's going to be just like this nice little bits up and down here and there until we get to approximately around the White Rocks Trail. So I did bring my handheld Garmin eTrex GPS, so that'll help keep me on track, since I'm not too familiar with this trail or this section of the trail. Yeah, see, look at this, is what I was talking about. All this is wintergreen. All this little stuff down here, all this ground cover on the ground, that's all wintergreen, just covering the ground everywhere. And it's like this the whole length that I've walked already. There's another berry, another couple berries, but yeah. Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and get little clips here and there of things that I think might be interesting to y'all. Hopefully we'll make it all the way to Pine Knob. Here we have some really nice big fern fronds. These are going to be huge. I don't know exactly what kind they are, but they're almost all unfurled now. But they're like 2 feet tall already, and they're only part the way unfurled. This is a really nice little area here. Lot of moss-covered rocks. I mean, beautiful, beautiful green moss everywhere, and a bunch of fallen trees. And those ferns just caught my eye because they're the bigger kind. There are so many different kinds of ferns that it's really hard to define them for a layman like me. Oh goodness! And then of course we've got all these other little shrubs and everything around. Like I said, a lot of this wintergreen everywhere. Try not to step on any of it. But I had to get those ferns because they were just pretty amazing. See, and you got this wintergreen with the berries right on the trail itself. Yep. Just lovely. Like I said, little ups and downs so far. From the parking lot there to where the trail cuts to go down into the Redstone Creek Gorge there. That is probably only about 200 feet up and down here and there. So, like I said, love all this moss everywhere. Look at that, it's on the trees and the rocks. And there's some more of those ferns too. I'm gonna have to definitely come back here for the laurel, mountain laurel bloom. So, all right. So far, so good. Gotta love this. Oh, I like these. I've got one of these old hollowed out dead trees. Something living underneath there. Who knows? Maybe there's a porcupine up here. And then we've got a lot of these. I wonder what the W is for. I wonder if that signifies anything. I do believe that this tree is a black birch or sweet birch, also known as cherry birch. If it is, it's a fairly decent sized one. There's a lot of these up here. There's another one right here behind it, another one there behind it. I'll have to find a smaller sapling because these, like a lot of these birches, I mean, look at that. I'm pretty sure it's at least some kind of birch. I don't think it's a yellow birch because the bark is dark. So yeah, I'm pretty sure these are black or sweet or cherry birch, all the same thing, just different names. And but the little saplings, if I can find one, it's supposed to crush the twig and it's supposed to smell like wintergreen, and that's one of your distinguishing factors to tell black birch from yellow birch and all the other ones. So, but yeah, so far I'm really loving this trail. It's I mean, I've been on this particular little section before, just like I said, within the last month, and didn't go too far, like I said, but yeah, it looks like it's dominated pretty much by oaks and these birch, and a few cherries, a few maples thrown in here and there. The maples and cherries are the ones that are starting to bloom already, but all the other ones seem to be taking their time. And this is this ridge right up here where I'm at. This is about the highest point of Chestnut Ridge in our area. It's 2,700 plus feet, like 2,740. Now, if I make it all the way to Pine Knob, that's only like 21, I think. But you have to go down and then back up. So, and then from my house, now my house is only at an elevation of right around 1,100 feet. So, when I actually go up the pipeline trail and walk from my house all the way up the pipeline trail to here, that 3 miles straight up, I'm going up 1,500 to 1,600 feet in elevation. I haven't done that for a few years, just because as you get older, you know, you just I'd rather drive around up here, you know, to this point, and not be, especially since I haven't really done any hiking yet this year. All right, again, I'm going to shut her off. We'll see what we can find. Hopefully some nice little highlights. Hopefully we'll run across some wild turkeys, which I've been seeing a lot of. Maybe a deer or two. Alrighty. Okay. And yet just a little farther down the trail. Like I said, real nice rugged area looking here. Moss everywhere, real rocky, and lots of mountain laurel. And then we got this cell phone tower up here. The sky is so beautiful and blue today with these puffy white clouds. It's just gorgeous. Oh, nice little standing log. Looks like it has some chickadee nests in it. God, you gotta love this. I mean, this is just a terrific little trail. I think it's kind of underrated. I just posted on Google Maps, I just posted a review for this trail within the last week. Oh, look at that nice little rock area up there. But I gave it a 5-star just because I thought it was so nice. And a couple of things I wanted to mention. One is that this area all along Chestnut Ridge, especially over by I think Connellsville, over by State Game Lands 51, I believe it is. It's either 51 or 31, but I believe it's 51. Now apparently there's a lot of Bigfoot sightings all along the area here. Now, I've never seen Bigfoot or any signs of Bigfoot here or anything like that. So, and I'm not even saying I really believe Bigfoot exists, though I did have an encounter of something when I was in the Sierras, the high Sierras back home in California, where I was coming down from Cherry Lake. Oh, look, we got some club moss showing up here, which not very much of it, but it's just pretty. I always love the tree club moss, especially. The running cedar is nice too, but anyways, the Bigfoot story. I was coming back from, and it was just starting to get dark. It was twilight, and I entered onto this long stretch. It was real rugged and mountainous, and you know, those big old pine trees in California are everywhere. Well, I saw a big black shape on the side of the road about, I don't know, I guess some around 100 yards in front of me or something like that. Not quite the length of a football field, but and it was just on the road, you know, just off to the side, but still, you know, still on the road. And I thought it was a black bear because that's what it looked like, all, you know, hunched like that. But then as I got closer, this thing stood up on its hind legs, and then it walked into the woods. Before I could get to it, I probably got about 30 yards away at the closest. And it had its arms, it swung them back and forth like a man would. So I don't know what the hell it was. I mean, I reported it as a Bigfoot sighting on one of those sites just because I could not explain anything else that it could be. But that was like 20, 30 years ago at least. Oh no, that was even longer than that. I was like, because I've been here for 25 years almost. So yeah, I've been here in PA for 25 years. So it was probably about 35 years ago. Yeah, something like that. So, you know, well, 30 to 35 anyways. But yeah, that's the one thing I wanted to point out. There's a lot of supposed Bigfoot sightings up here. There was something else. Oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to say is that if you don't want to walk with me all the way through the woods and see this stuff, then you can always go right to the end. I usually put a, and I'm planning on doing it here, I usually end up putting a nice little slideshow of some of the prettier shots so that you can enjoy those. That's kind of like the outro thing that we got going. I decided to put that in as a standard feature, because I realize not everybody wants to hang out with me the whole 30, sometimes even 40 minutes that I do these little adventures on. But you're welcome to stay and watch it, like I said, that as well. So, all right, looks like we got a little downgrade here. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera off again. Hope you're enjoying these sights. Wow, some of this mountain laurel is big. That's like 12 feet tall, that stuff. It's funny, the structure, the shape of these mountain laurels, some of them remind me of the wild manzanita, the manzanita bushes back in California. But of course, this doesn't have that bright red mahogany kind of bark, or not really bright red. Most of it's dull red, but it's still beautiful. Just beautiful, smooth bark. See, this mountain laurel has some bark to it, but manzanita doesn't have any of this stuff that peels or flakes. It's just smooth like this maple tree here, but it's deep red, like a mahogany color. Oh, look at all of these beautiful winter or tea berries. I'm gonna have to get me a whole little bite of these. Oh, you know what? Now that we're here, before we shut it off, we've already made it to the pipeline trail. This is where I was talking about. This is the pipeline trail. It merges with the Whitetail trail, but that right there goes all the way down right to my house. So, and that's, like I said, 3 miles from here down to my house. And I've walked this trail several times all the way up here to the top of the ridge. Not in a few years, but I have done it. So yeah, and like I said, that's a 15 to 1600 foot rise. So yeah, so I guess we're gonna go on the pipeline trail for a little bit, because I can see a red blaze up there. There's even a blue blaze over here. I don't remember what the blue stands for, but I gotta go back and get some of those berries. All right, I'll see what else is up here. Okay, well, I'm already sweating a little bit. It's 70-something degrees, almost getting up to 80. This was the pipeline trail, like I said. Didn't go too far up it, but this is one of the places where I said you got to watch. Now you can see there's a cluster of those red marks, the red blazes on the trail, on the tree here. And that means that it's turning off of this pipeline trail. Now, like I said, you got to pay attention, because if you don't look, if you don't keep your eyes open, you might end up walking right up the pipeline trail back up to Skyline Boulevard instead of taking the left here to go onto the Whitetail trail. That red blaze right there lets you know that this is the marked trail. Now, the pipeline trail, it shows up as the pipeline trail on my little GPS handheld. So, and that's kind of what surprised me, is that it's kind of interesting how that little E-Trex, it actually names a lot of the trails up here that I didn't think had names. Like the White Rocks Trail up here, I was looking at it, and it shows up here, it marks the White Rocks Trail, which I didn't think that trail actually had a name, but apparently it does. So yeah, like I said, tons of mountain laurel up here, tons of wintergreen, just some pretty amazing stuff. Now, I'm kind of surprised I haven't heard or seen very many birds at all. When I was here last time, a little bit ago, there was a lot more birds up here. I can hear one making some noise in the background there, but really not much. I mean, I've already seen some pileated woodpecker, markings on trees. You can pretty much, once you know what they look like, you can pretty much tell what those are as opposed to other woodpeckers. They're very distinctive on how they carve out the holes, kind of in a more of a rectangular pattern. Yeah, this is interesting, because it looks like this used to be a blue marked trail, which I don't remember what that means, but now it's a red marked trail. Wow, I think these are oaks. Let's see. Looking down at the leaves, they're kind of highly degraded, but yeah, red oak. Oh, there's a white oak leaf. So there's both red and white oak up here. There's some more of that running cedar. There's some running cedar club moss there. I'm not sure. I think some of that is running cedar and some of it is the tree club moss. Yeah. Yeah, but if you all decide to come on up here, I would recommend it, as I do most trails. Most of the trails in Pennsylvania and in my area are just really, really well worth it. But this one I think is particularly surprising, particularly pleasant, more than you would have expected. And like I said, if you get the chance and you're looking for a good hike, I would say come down here in early June when all this mountain laurel is blooming, and you will get a treat, because there is just tons of mountain laurel up here on Chestnut Ridge just surrounding you on this trail. And once these just start blooming, I'm sure with all that pretty pink blossoms around here, it's just going to look absolutely gorgeous. Of course, I haven't seen any any rhododendron yet, greater rhododendron, but it usually grows closer to water, so maybe once we get down to Redstone Creek we'll find some down there, if I make it that far. I'm holding up pretty well, you know, doing my best, hoping to bring you guys some good footage. And hopefully, if I do get to Pine Knob Outlook, there will be a nice open view, because here there's so many trees in the way. I mean, I can see a bit through the woods. I can see part of the valley. If you want, though, to get a good view, then look at my last video that I posted on the way up here in my roadside attractions page. It's just a little 3 or 4 minute video or something like that, and it shows the vista viewpoint of Uniontown and Lick Run Hollow. So beautiful view from there. People go up there and check it out in the during sunset and stuff like that. So, oh, we got a fence down here. I wonder why they put up a fence. Maybe it's private property, but a lot of saplings of some kind down there. Probably those sweet birch, like I was saying. Maybe that's why they've got it all fenced in, to encourage the growth or something. Because God knows there's a lot of those whitetail, and they probably overbrowse the area. Or maybe it's just like a hunting preserve, or, I mean, who knows? I mean, it should be, I'm pretty sure that should be state game lands, what I'm looking at, but beyond that fence. Maybe it's private property. I don't know. I just wasn't expecting to see a wire fence up here through the ridge line. There's a blue trail marker down there along the. You probably can't even see that fence through the camera, but yeah, and like I said, there's a lot of undergrowth down there. I don't know. Maybe that's why maybe they're trying to do some forestation thing. I mean, technically, I am a volunteer for the federal park system, but they haven't called me for some reason. I thought maybe they could use the help, but I went up there once and programmed some game cameras, and I haven't heard back from them since. You know, I was thinking about dropping her an email or something. You know, maybe they just expect me to show up. I don't know. They never said that. Me personally, I was thinking I don't want to interfere with their work and their everyday stuff by just being there and hanging around. I mean, if I'm going to go up there, I want to have the purpose of accomplishing something, but I don't know, maybe it's a different structure that I wasn't aware of. Oh, looks like an open area up there. Must be a road going through there, maybe an access road. It's too early to get to Pine Knob Road. All right, again, like I said, just so beautiful up here. So much lovely stuff. Oh, we're getting closer to that fence line up here. There's a pink ribbon on the tree down there. Huh, okay, I'll shut her down. All right, so yeah, we definitely did come to an access road of some sort. It's not, get off me, bug. That's why I wore the hat today, because those darn black flies, those biting flies, you get them buzz around your head. Yeah, so this is the Whitetail Trail where I came out of. Hunters, there's the fence. You could probably see it now. But yeah, there's the fence, and it's just, like I said, all these little trees. Oh, here we go, yeah. I'm pretty sure these are black birch. I'm gonna see if it smells like wintergreen. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I just chewed the end of it, and definitely has that. It smells just like wintergreen. I didn't think it would smell that much like it, but yeah, it smells exactly like wintergreen. So yeah, I think it's pretty much confirmed that these are indeed sweet birch, or otherwise known as black birch, also known as cherry birch. Cherry birch probably because of the lenticels that resembles young cherry tree bark. But yeah, I was really surprised. That really has a very, I mean, it smells almost exactly like wintergreen. That's the first time I ever tested that theory, so now I could say I'm that much closer to positively identifying sweet birch, black birch, cherry birch. Yeah, I don't know what this must be an access road just to get to this fenced-in area that they have here. Yeah, wow, look at all that sweet birch is just growing everywhere. And here in Pennsylvania, I think this is where they originated it. They make a root beer like, you know, it's birch beer, not root beer. They make a soft drink out of this tree. The flavor, probably because it smells like that wintergreen. Oh, what do we got here? We've got a sign. Oh, we got deer tracks too. So we've got some deer going through here. But okay. Oh, deer and exclosure. Notice deer exclosure fence. This fence is intended to reduce deer browsing on a limited area to allow regeneration of understory plants. So that was one of my theories. The fence will be removed when adequate trees and shrubs are established, providing habitat for numerous wildlife species, including deer. Hunting is welcome and encouraged inside the fence. Please enter through the yellow access gates. Oh, that's cool. Wow, look at that. How neat. Well, that's great. That's terrific. And they put it up, oh, they only put it up in December of last year. So it's only been here like 4 months. Not even 4 full months yet, because that was the 22nd and today's the 17th. So, well, now we know that mystery is solved. All right. Yeah, with, oh man, all that, I can't believe how much of that sweet birch is over there. Look at that. I mean, it's just on both sides of the road. It's like, geez Louise. And we got a lot of the trees, cherries, and yeah, I don't know what that one is. That might be a cherry too, but it doesn't look like it from here. Yeah, a couple of them starting to bud out. But like I said, up here at this higher elevation, a lot of them are still bare. Some of the lower ones down here are blooming. I got some maples up there I can see too that you can tell them because of the reddish leaves when they first come out. The red maples. I don't know how long we'll be following this road, but there's a private property sign over there, so game lands must be only on this side. All right, I'll get to the end of wherever this. I got to keep a close eye out for those blazes because, like I said, I don't think we're going to follow this trail forever along with this road. This is I don't think it's not marked on the map so far as I can tell. So, all right,